Hello and good evening. Welcome once again to Better Than Before. Somehow, every time I start one of these, it seems more, I don't know, more festive. Today, I'm really in Mardi Gras mode. Uh, that may be because here in Ecuador, where I live, Mardi Gras is also celebrated, but it's called Carnaval. It's not called Mardi Gras because obviously Mardi Gras is the French word and Carnaval is the Spanish word, and Ecuador is Spanish speaking. But it has made me recall my youth in New Orleans. I lived in New Orleans for 2 years after I graduated from college. It was a wonderful place to be a young, a young, poorly paid person. There was always so much going on, especially musically. I really started to become a guitarist living in New Orleans. It's something just, very, very special to my core, special to my feeling alive. But I wanted to discuss Mardi Gras today in the context of Better Than Before. I'm not just bringing up this irrelevant stuff of my misspent past to entertain you, although I do hope that you are entertained. This is really about connection. I talk about communication a lot, but communication is, to my way of thinking, a technique, a way to get where you're going. And where are we going but to feel connected to others, to not be floating islands, isolated from the mass of humanity, not to be on the outside watching others play the game, not to stare through the window of the restaurant of life while others enjoy and celebrate while we stand outside, but to be involved, to be connected, to feel part of what's going on in life, to feel like people are there, to know that we're not just alone in this world. I did speak to someone today who said that she much preferred to be on her own, to be alone, and not have too much connection in her life. But even she has some, and this matters. We don't want to pass through our lives completely unnoticed. As introverted as we may be, there's still a sense of comfort in connection and being part of things. And to me, that's what Mardi Gras is all about. I can remember in those years when I lived in New Orleans, walking around the streets of New Orleans, down Carrollton Avenue, down St. Charles, way down into the French Quarter. First with 1 year with one of my brothers and 1 year with another of my brothers, and getting down into it. And wherever I went, every block, I ran into somebody I knew. And I wasn't from New Orleans, wasn't born there. I didn't have years and years of history there. But I was connected. And everyone was connected. Everyone was having the same experience. I mean, my brothers weren't, they weren't from there, but everybody I knew was having the same experience. It's like, oh, I saw Tom and I saw Joe and did you see them yet? No, but then in a minute I did. Whoever you ran into had seen the other people that you knew and people that you didn't know, but people that they knew. And the whole city in that day of Mardi Gras, the whole city of New Orleans was connected. Wherever you went, there was connection. Family, friends, whoever. If you walked out into that big Mardi Gras crowd, you were going to run into people you knew. I remember cousins of mine saying, yeah, New Orleans is the biggest small town in the world. And on Mardi Gras Day, it was immense and yet tiny. People pouring into New Orleans from all over to experience the Mardi Gras experience. And yet, wherever I went, wherever I, who was still almost a stranger, wherever I went, there were people I knew. I was connected. I was part of it. And the whole city was celebrating how much everyone was part of the city, how much everyone contributed, how much everyone's presence mattered. This, of course, was, long before the tragedy of Hurricane Katrina and the damage that was done to New Orleans. I understand that New Orleans has largely bounced back. I have not been back to New Orleans in a very long time. But yes, in the spirit of Mardi Gras, celebrate your connection. Celebrate being a part of things. Celebrate your bond with others, that you're not just a satellite orbiting the Earth, but that you're down on the ground with Mardi Gras and all of the other celebrants, and everyone is there celebrating life and celebrating what it means to be alive and celebrating how connection makes that happen. So happy Mardi Gras. Go put on some Professor Longhair, rock the meters, wild chapatulas, put them on, listen up, and I'll see you tomorrow night. Bye.